Well, good morning. Hello, faith families. I am having profound technical issues, and therefore we are now reduced. Yes, I will say that word reduced to communicating this way, but hopefully, so soon we will be in person with each other and we can see one another in full 4K, three dimensional, real world clarity. But we remain in a holding pattern. And the technological issues I've dealt with this week are just one more small symptom in a world increasingly throwing us curveballs left, right, and center. And so I thought that this Sunday's reflection, even though we're going to talk about Onesimus and Philemon and other ones, we're going to come back to that again. For today, I want an encouragement, and I want an encouragement just from scriptures. So take a few moments, listen to this, and then whereas normally the reflection, I think I'm just going to put a song, just a song to give you some time to reflect. Because again, this week I was sort of struck with the world I desire. It's a good one. And the juxtaposition of the world that is. And it is so important to wrestle with the world as it is while dreaming about the way the world could be and how we desire it to be. Now, I know for myself, and just speaking for myself, that were I to get all my desires, were the world to be crafted after my desires, that would probably be a nightmare for the vast majority of you, and that keeps me humbled. But for today, I just want to reflect upon the way that the world is. And I'm going to wrap this up after I read from this because I am just loving this First Nations New Testament. So I'm going to read the beginning of the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 24, from the First Nations version of the New Testament. This one is titled, "The Sacred Lodge Will Fall." As Jesus made his way out of the sacred lodge, his followers began to point out to him all the buildings that surrounded the sacred lodge. He stopped, looked around at the lodge and all its buildings, and a look of great sadness came over his face. "Take a good look, for I speak truth from my heart. All of these will fall to the ground. Not one log or stone will be left standing against another." Later that day, Jesus sat down to rest on the side of Olive Mountain. From there, he could look across the valley, past the walls of the village of peace, what we call Jerusalem, and see the sacred lodge again. Some of his followers came to him privately. "Wisdom keeper," they asked. They asked this with worried faces. "When will these things happen? What will be the sign of your coming that will bring an end to the age that we currently live in?" Beware of those who would lead you down a false path, Jesus warned them. "For many are going to come falsely representing who I am and say, 'It is I that am the chosen one,' and many will follow them to a bad end. When you hear of wars, stories of war breaking out, don't fear, for all of this must happen. But the end will not come all at once. There will be tribal wars, and nations will make war against other nations. Food will become scarce, and the earth will shake in many places. But this is only the beginning of the time of sorrow, like a woman feeling the pains of birth. Because you represent me, you will be looked down upon by all nations. They will hunt you down, and they will kill you, and this is because you simply follow me. When this happens, many are going to stumble on the path, and even hate and betray each other. It's then that many false prophets will rise up and lead the people down many false paths. Because evildoers will grow strong, the love in the hearts of many will grow cold. But the ones who stand firm in their faith to the end will be set free and made whole. The good story about Creator's good road will be told in truth for all the nations of this world to hear. And it is then that the end will come. Hold fast, faith hat because I do want to celebrate those who are working out the gospel in ways that many of us are never aware of. Scratch that. Many of us are never aware of it, but God is always aware of. So this tip of the hat this Sunday is to our good friend and Mountsburg neighbor, Bruce Janice. Now, I don't think Bruce is on this email list, but if you have his email, please forward this on to him because I became aware of Bruce doing a very kind, neighborly act and has been doing it for quite a while. I'm not going to get into the details. That's not the point. But Bruce, I was there and I heard your neighborly voice, your servant heart, even if those are words that you wouldn't choose. And it was at least noticed by me. And I know there are countless others that you have helped. So thank you. Thank you for embodying the gospel of loving your neighbor as yourself. We are in a world that is and is not that appealing to all of us. So brothers and sisters, hold firm. You've gone so many years as faithful followers, and these years are tough ones. Hold firm. Do not let your love grow cold. And I pray that whenever you're listening to this, take some time to relax. Look around. See the world in all its splendor and glory and terror and fear, and let it in. But realize and just take comfort in the words of Jesus. This is how it will happen. This is how it will go. But do not fear, for I am with you. As he says, even at the end of the Gospel of Matthew, I am with you to the very end of the ages. May our one and only consolation this day come from that simple truth that I hope you believe in. So whether there's technological failures, whether there's catastrophic global failures, while there's political rife and dissension, may you find peace thanks to the Prince of Peace. Stay strong. I hope to see you soon. Love you. Bye for now.